You have the Shiva-Shakti presentation of the masculine and feminine in Kashmir Shaivism, and you have the wisdom and compassion of Tibetan Buddhism. Amounts to the same thing, and it says that compassion is a natural quality of this deeper realization we are reaching for and contacting. So to the degree that you get in touch with this deeper self, it requires, as we say again and again and again, surrender, letting go, and opening to that natural state at the core of your being, which is Shiva-Shakti. You're in contact with that deeper awareness and the energy that is flowing in and of that awareness. That's the Shiva-Shakti principle, and that's identical with wisdom and compassion. And the compassion that you get in touch with when you let go is really a healing quality, as opposed to feeling pity for yourself. Pity is just supporting your state of being a victim. And if you have pity for yourself, then you are encouraging and feeding your state of a victim, state of being a victim. If you have compassion for yourself, then you realize that you are not perfect, but that you are in touch with a state, and you are at the core of your being, a state where forgiveness and healing exists as a natural presence. But it's very clear, even in common definition, that there's a big difference between compassion and pity. Pity tends to place us in a superior ego state. And when we are applying pity to ourselves, then we are allowing our judgmental self, our conditioning, to judge our state. And the more we do that, the more we nurture that victim state. So to snap out of that requires really being aware of it and consciously shifting from pity to compassion. Compassion includes an aspect of naturally wanting to serve and be of help. It's not just, a totally non-attached observation. It's an observation with a natural wish for all beings to be happy. And that, I know, some of you have felt strongly already, and I encourage you to keep nurturing that, because then you can really be of help in this world. And what the world needs now, more than ever, or maybe not more than ever, it's always needed it, but it needs compassion desperately. It doesn't need pity, but it needs compassion. So, by being able to and training yourself to go into that state and really being able to shift your awareness from a pity awareness to a compassionate awareness, this is really, really, first of all, helpful to you, us, as individuals. Secondly, extremely helpful to the environment around us. We set up, a resonance that convinces people, to the degree that they are open to feeling it, that there is a genuine, unconditional love, or at least not so attached, ego-focused love there. And that is nourishing for people. It's really what is needed. And I know from my experience with Rudi, he was, of course, in one sense, he was somebody sitting up on a pedestal and people admired him, yes. But, I consciously never felt pity for myself for not being as good as he or as high as he or anything. I only felt the wish. And just be aware that, compassion is something that can be learned. And that's what we are working to learn through this practice. Both the wisdom and the compassion. Both the Shiva and the Shakti. We are feeling the energy flow. We are feeling its healing qualities. And we're feeling into where does that healing quality come from? Where it comes from Shiva, it comes from the unlimited potential that is at the core of our being. So I really wish you very well with this. The reality is that pity holds you back. Compassion motivates you to move, to act in a positive way towards yourself and your surroundings. If you are a parent or a teacher on any level, if you are feeding your students or children's self-pity, you are making them weaker and weaker and weaker and less able to function in the world. And of course, this has to start with yourself, ourselves. We have to not feed that. Rudi said very clearly, feed your reality and starve your illusion. The pity is our illusion. Compassion is the reality.